Okay, so if you have, my dog is being annoying, I'm sorry about that. So if you have Saturn in the sixth house, the sixth house is the house of work. So it's the work that you do every single day that is kind of menial, that isn't your 10th house career work. It's the work that you do that you don't really get praised for. It's your everyday hustle, okay? So it's like the behind the scenes hustle. It's also your illness. All your illnesses are found in the sixth house too. So it's the house of health and the routines that you do to keep yourself healthy. So if you have Saturn there, Saturn is a planet that brings limitation, difficulties, restriction to any area of life where he is placed. So Saturn is like a mean grandpa that kind of gives you tough love by kind of pushing you and criticizing you and being very critical of you. So if you have him in the sixth house, you might be, in a sense, it's a good placement because you're comfortable with hard work, and especially in today's society, that is something that is seen as positive because we're pretty much praised for working hard. And you're the type of just like you're a soldier, you're out there working, you're comfortable doing it because you've always done it. So it's kind of like a blessing and a curse, however you want to see it, right? But when your Saturn return comes along, it might be a good time to kind of chill out and learn to relax and not work so hard, because you probably by that point, by 30 years old, you kind of want to remind yourself not to work yourself into the grave. During the time of your Saturn return, it's possible that you could have some health crisis scares that could kind of put you out of commission, so that you just can't work. So here are some quotes that I put together. Like I said in my introductory video, quotes are something that kind of have helped me throughout life, kind of have a better outlook on things, and I really like to use them as mantras that I repeat to myself over and over whenever I'm feeling really out of sorts, and they kind of help focus me back to whatever it is that I want to work on. So when you have your Saturn return in the sixth house, these are some quotes that might help you. So the first one is, success isn't always about greatness. It's about consistency. Consistent hard work leads to success. Greatness will come. Dwayne Johnson said that. So The Rock said that. So he's a really hardworking guy. So when you have Saturn in the sixth house, you probably by 30 years old, if you haven't accomplished something that you're truly proud of, you're probably kind of tired by then. And you're just like, when is it going to come? Like, when is it going to happen? So just learn to appreciate your work ethic by then. So by your Saturn return, you want to really appreciate the work that you've done throughout your life, because it's a lot. And your success will come to you because you are such a strong worker. So just make sure that whatever it is that you're working on is something that will make you proud one day. Think about your 10th house. Think about what it is that your 10th house means to you and what you want to reach in this life, and make sure that whatever your 6th house is doing supports your 10th house. That's what you want to do. Okay. So the next quote is, the question is not how to get cured, but how to live. Joseph Conrad. So this quote made me think a lot about the routines of the 6th house. So if you do come down with an ailment during your Saturn return, during your 6th house Saturn return, it's not just about being cured of your ailment, but it's learning to live a lifestyle that will no longer make that illness compatible with your life. So if you become sick because you eat poorly, want to learn to live a life that won't allow for that to happen again. Or if it's stress, if you allow yourself to accept a lifestyle that made you so stressed out that you end up ill in the hospital or sick or just mentally drained or any of those things, you want to learn to live a life that is different from that allows you to have good health. Okay, you don't want to just work yourself into the grave, Saturn in the 6th house. You might have a tendency to do that, so don't allow that to happen. So the next quote is, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is step outside and do nothing. Relax and enjoy nature. Melanie Charlene said that. That's really important, Saturn in the 6th house. You might be so comfortable with working that you don't let yourself just let loose and do nothing. Your Saturn return would be a great time to do that. Like, you've been working hard for so long, learn learn to relax and just do nothing, because that's really important, and you might definitely forget that. You're the type of person to forget that. Your next quote is, imagine life as a game in which you are juggling some 5 balls in the air. You name them: work, family, health, friends, and spirit. And you're keeping all of these in the air. You will soon understand that work is a rubber ball. If you drop it, it will bounce back. But the other 4 balls, family, health, friends, and spirit, they're made of glass. If you drop one of these, they will be irrevocably scuffed, marked, nicked, damaged, or even shattered. They will never be the same. You must understand that and strive for balance in your life. Brian, chairman of Coca-Cola, and he said that. So that's really something that you want to work on if you have Saturn in the 6th house. You might just be a work type of person, and you kind of put other things on the back burner, or you might include all of those things somehow in there, but something's got to give. You only have so much time in a day. And if you have Saturn in the 6th house, you have to learn to prioritize your health, definitely, and the things that help you relax, because you might have trouble relaxing because you're always on and on and on and working. So learn to take care of that by the time your Saturn return comes along. So your last quote is, the human race is a monotonous affair. Most people spend the greatest part of their time working in order to live, and what little freedom remains so fills them with fear that they seek out any and every means to be rid of it. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe said this in The Sorrows of Young Werther. So yeah, if you have Saturn in the 6th house, you might struggle with worrying. You might be a worrywart, and that might bring you anxiety. So if you live a life that is so focused on work and productivity and just being very task oriented, it could be kind of difficult to turn off the to-do list at the end of the day. So you have to learn to find some coping mechanisms for your anxiety. So it might be a good time to work on relaxation, meditation, maybe start a yoga practice. Those are all things that might be positive and useful for you during your Saturn return. So I hope you found these quotes useful in a way, and I will see you in the next